From Westworld. From Westworld. Let's get it.
Become a thing in the past, don't be a story in my page.
These times, man, in these times that we are starting to see that we're getting close to the end of civilization as you know it. You understand? America is gonna come to an end. I know y'all see that y'all's dollar bill is starting to fall, right? Y'all starting to see that. China, Russia, all coming together. Guess where you heard that? You heard that from the ISUPK standing out here on the streets, man. We've been telling you every week out here on these streets, every week that World War III was coming to America, that America was gonna fall, that all these plagues were gonna come, famine, you understand? And look what's happening. Look what's happening. And then here's the problem though. Like my brother was saying earlier, that we want the preachers to preach to us smooth things, right? You would rather believe that rabbits lay eggs than believe the true prophets that come out here and tell you, hey, destruction is coming to America. You don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear the truth, man. You want to hear lies. And that's the problem, man. That's the problem with our people. That's the problem with us, is that we would rather hear the lie than the truth. Like, why do you celebrate Easter? Anybody can answer. Why do you celebrate Easter? Huh? Is it really because you think Christ died? No, it's not. No, it's not. Right? Because otherwise, if it was really about Christ, you would ask yourself, how did Christ live? How did Christ live? And if you ask, how did Christ live? You would have to live just like him. You would have to live like Christ. That's what you would really have to do if you really cared about Christ. But what you really care about on Easter is looking for those little dumb eggs. Right. Painting those little dumb eggs. That's what you really want, is what you want. You don't care about what God really wants. If you did, you would stop and you would listen. Because we are here. The scripture says to cry aloud and spare not. Because that is what true love is. If you have a friend, you want him to be honest with you. If you see your friend, right? You see your friend, he's about to drink and drive. If you have a friend that you really love, he's about to drink and drive. What would you do? Would you say, hey, it's not my problem? Or would you stop that friend from drinking and driving, man? That's what real love is all about. It's helping your brother when you know he's doing wrong. That's why the scripture says for us to cry aloud and spare not. It don't matter how you feel. What matters is that I love you and I'm not going to let you do wrong. That's what matters, man. That's what matters. And that's what matters to all these men back here, is that we love Black and Hispanic people so much that we're not going to let y'all, we try to come out here to not let y'all destroy yourself. We don't want Black and Hispanic people to die with America. We want all Israel to be saved. Like the scripture says, right, Yanaho? The scripture says that it's our heart's desire that all Israel be saved. Israel is the Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian people. Let's scoot over just a little bit, Yanaho. You understand? And we want that for all our people. And that's what true love is. That's why we come out here and we cry aloud and we spare not nobody's feelings. We don't care how much you love Easter. We don't care how much you love to paint them eggs, because we want you to come back to your God. Because when us as a people, as Black and Hispanic people, we come back to our gods, that means rulership over the planet Earth, man. We get to rule this earth. Now, don't take my word for it. Let's hear what the Bible has to say. Go ahead.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Lord said we are a holy people unto him. Holy meaning set apart. That's what holy means. You understand? That's what true holiness is to be segregated from every other people, man. You let these devils go and hunt for their eggs, man. You as a Black or Hispanic, you celebrate the Passover, man. And let me tell you one fact. Let me tell you one fact. See, in the New Testament, the word Passover is in the New Testament over 10 times. Over 12 times, I think it is. Or is it 20? It's over 20 times. You know the word Easter, which is mistranslated, is in the New Testament one time. One time. But you want to run with the word Easter, but you care nothing about the word Passover. And then you take the word Easter and you lie to your kids that it's pertaining to rabbits and eggs. And somehow rabbits and eggs have to do with Christ dying. Right? You don't even remember at all on that day that Christ died. If it wasn't even that day, you don't even know. Right? Because like the brother was bringing out earlier, how can Christ be dead on Friday and then Sunday is the third day? That's a lie.
Right.
You understand? From sundown to sundown is one day. From Friday sundown to Saturday sundown is one day.
Right.
From Saturday sundown to Sunday sundown is the second day.
Right.
So how is he risen back up on a Sunday? You know what? Because the Christian church is about paganism, man. About paganism. Why do you think that they show you rabbits and eggs? Because they celebrate fertility, the goddess of fertility, which is Ishtar. Go look it up, man. Don't take our word for it. They celebrate Ishtar, which is the goddess of fertility. Springtime, right? That's what they're really celebrating. They don't care nothing about Christ, man. They don't care about Christ. And like the brother was bringing out earlier, if they are trying to celebrate Christ, it ain't the true image of Christ. It's this false image. This white boy right here, right, whose name is Sager Borgier. That's who they're really celebrating. They celebrating the true Christ, right? And like I said, in the scripture, the word in the New Testament, the word come. In the New Testament, the word Passover is in there far more times than the word Easter, man. But you wanna, how many, sir?
100.
100 times. 100 times, and Easter's in there once. Right? But you want to run with Easter, which is translated in the Greek to Passover. Go look this up. Like we like to say that we're educated out here. Go look up the translation of the Greek word Easter. It is translated to Passover. You understand? And that's what we need to realize, is that the Lord celebrated the Passover, man. When he broke that bread and drank that wine, he said, do this in remembrance of me. Talking about the Passover, man.
Right.
Read on.
Concur, the Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
You see that? The Lord said he chose us to be special, not to be like everybody else. They give you their vain customs, man. Their vain customs of painting eggs and hiding them for your kids to go, and then you want to go and lie. You want to lie to your kids, talking about eggs, bunnies lay eggs. You probably tell them that the tooth fairy comes at night and gives them money for their teeth too. And then you wonder why your kids have problems when they grow up. They grow up and they need a therapist, right? Because they have trust issues. Because the first person who they were supposed to trust was you. And you lied to them, man. They had to grow up and find out, oh, Santa Claus ain't real. My dad and mom lied to me. The tooth fairy ain't real. My dad and mom lied to me. Bunnies don't lay eggs. My dad and mom lied to me. Who can I trust? Who can I trust if they are not going to tell me the truth, man? We need to gird up our loins, man. We need to have guts in this oppressor's empire, man, to speak what's right, to tell the truth, man, to let our children know the truth. Bunnies don't lay eggs, man. Tooth fairies don't come and bring you no money for your teeth, man. And men cannot be women.
Right.
It's time to It's time to gird up our loins, man, and fight for our God. That's what he wants. He fought for us. He fought for us when he brought us out of Egypt. It's time we fight for him. Read on.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Equal to.
Above all people
See that? The Lord said that we are meant to be above all the people. Above them. Not doing what they do. And here's the problem is that really they want to do what we do. But if we would just show them that we are more righteous than them, right? Our God would fight for us. Let me get Psalms 147 and verse 19. The Lord doesn't want us to be celebrating no Easter. You understand? Celebrating Easter, telling your children that bunnies lay eggs, man. It's nonsense. Then you want to tell your children not to lie. Oh, you better not lie, right? You better not lie, but then you teach them that you are a liar, right? And all that nonsense, do as I say, not as I do. Can you imagine? That's why our children grow up and say the same thing. Right. They tell their children the same thing. And they get hooked on drugs, and then they go and smoke their drugs in front of their children and say, do as I say, not as I do, child. It's nonsense, man. That just keeps the generational curses going and going.
Right.
The scripture says to train up a child in the way they should go. That's right. And they'll never depart from it. That's man, right. Tell your children to celebrate the Lord's Passover. Right. The day the Lord came and fought for us as black and Hispanic people, man. Train up your child and let them know, hey, bunnies don't lay eggs, man. Right. Don't let nobody tell you no different, man. Right. Because over here we keep it 100, right? That's what we like to say. We keep it 100, but with your children it's 50-50, right? You don't keep it 100 no more, right? You don't keep it no 100 no more with your children. You tell them rabbits lay eggs. You tell them a fat jolly man is gonna come down your chimney to bring you presents. Right. You tell them a tooth fairy is coming to put money under their pillow, man. Come on. And then you want to say I keep it 100, I keep it 1,000. Y'all the hall, man. You're a liar. You're a liar. Don't keep it no 100, maybe 20%. That's it. Keep reading.
The book of Psalms, chapter 147, verse 1. Praise ye the Lord. Verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob.
Now he showed his word unto us. And my brother read one of the words. He said, not to go into the way of the heathen. Don't do what they do. And be not dismayed at the signs of the times and the seasons, man. That's what y'all really celebrating, man. Easter is a celebration of the spring equinox, of the time of fertility. Your fertility goddess, which is pagan worship, man. The Lord said he showed his word to us on how to make God really happy. And you could take a look around in the world today. I ask any black or Hispanic to take a look around in the world today with all the war and famine and all these things that are happening in the earth, right? World War III on the brink, right? The LGBTQ community taking your children's minds over. All these things happening in the earth today. Do you think God is happy? Do you really think God is happy when we're headed into nuclear warfare in America? Do you think God is happy? I don't think so. But the Lord said he showed his word to us on how to make him happy, though. And how you make him happy is by keeping his commandments, man. Part of his commandments said, learn not the way of the heathen, man. Don't go and do what they do. Celebrating Easter, man, with bunnies and little eggs and painting eggs. Like, how does painting, this is what I never understood. How does painting eggs pertain to Christ and Christ's death? It makes no sense.
You want no cows in a camp,